Now let's talk about the business aspects of Donald Trump's presidency. He was elected on a platform of pulling back from free trade, with the president-elect threatening to impose tariffs on imports to the United States. Those sorts of comments have been causing a lot of concern among the business community, especially those that rely on trade to survive. Our business editor, Stephen Carroll, has been discussing this with the head of the world's biggest shipping company, Maersk. He sat down with Soren Skou in Davos.
We've seen, I guess, mixed messages, I can say, in the sense that we've heard a lot of talk about lower taxes and investments in infrastructure. No doubt that will be supporting global trade and in particular imports to the U.S. On the other hand, of course, there is talk about a different approach to trade agreements, and that could have the opposite effect.
Do you pay much attention to things that he's been saying on Twitter about protectionism and trade barriers? Does that sort of thing worry you?
Obviously, the U.S. market and the U.S. economy has a significant effect on what happens in the world, so it's important what's going on in the U.S. I have to say, though, also that we are firm believers in global trade. Global trade makes up 60% of global GDP. It has driven hundreds of millions or billions of people out of extreme poverty in the last 25, 30 years. And for those of us living in Europe and North America, it's given us consumption opportunities that we wouldn't otherwise have. So on the whole, I think there's a broad agreement amongst economists around the world that global trade is good. It drives prosperity, increases wealth. Obviously, we have to make sure we get everybody along for the journey, and I think that's some of the concerns we see both in Europe and the US today.
It's a conversation that's been having a lot in Davos this year as well, as Davos is very pro-globalization, pro-free trade, but we have seen some, I suppose, resistance to that from electorates in the United Kingdom and the United States notably. Do you feel that pushback could affect your business in the year to come?
Well, certainly we have an obligation as a business also to make sure that not only what we do is good for society and for the economy, but also that we get everybody along with us. And I think in many countries around Europe and the US, you will have that dialogue for quite a while. How do we bring everybody along for the journey? It's probably themes around more education and so on that will help us.
Let's take a look at the markets now. Here's how things finished up on Wall Street Thursday night. We've got the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 down by under 1%, around 0.3% on average. Here's how the markets are trading today. In Asia, the Nikkei and the Shanghai Composite are up, though the Hang Seng and the Kospi are both down. Now, as the United States prepares to swear in President Donald Trump, California's luxury real estate brokers are breathing a sigh of relief. They expect sales in Los Angeles' prime locations to grow under the new president. Anka Ule tells us why.
Los Angeles, the city of angels, is a rich man's playground, with million-dollar mansions attracting wealthy buyers the world over. And while real estate has always been a hot commodity in the Hollywood Hills, analysts are expecting a boost in sales under incoming President Donald Trump. Agents in the LA region say they've already seen strong signs of improvement since November's election.
The feeling is good. People are confident in this market. They see a lot of really fast sales. They see that the prices are increasing. They don't see them outpacing people's incomes. They're not in a situation where people are over leveraging themselves. All in all, people feel very good about this market.
Trump hasn't yet outlined his concrete economic policies, but he has hinted at easing regulations on housing construction, which could improve supply and inventory shortages. For firms selling mega mansions like this Hollywood Hills home, listed for just under $17 million, Trump's election was a welcome relief.
For example, the 3 months preceding the election, we had about $60 million in sales. That's in 4 areas of the West Side. Afterward, we had $211 million in sales. I think there was unpredictability about the future, what's going to happen with tax laws, what's going to happen internationally. And kind of as we saw with the stock market, there was a collective sigh, and business kind of got back to normal.
In any case, market analysts are optimistic. They predict LA real estate will continue to grow, coming in second nationally only to Phoenix, Arizona by the end of the year.